Hello, everybody. I have to test some stuff out so I can be ready for tomorrow. So since I have to do that, I thought I'd just come on and talk about something really quickly. I finally figured out how to download some GIFs. So I'm trying to add them to my stream now, but I don't know how to. Hold on, let me see. Did I get this one here? Is that the right one? Nope. It's not. All right. So while I do this, I wanna it's come to my attention that some folks feel like I'm a bit harsh with the things that I say, and um, I need to pipe down a little bit. That may be the case. I don't know how many people may feel that way, but let me say this here. Let me put this thing over here. See, right. Yeah. So let me say this. I went for a very long time, like a very long time. I'm 46 right now, so it's like when I was, I don't know, like 2014 or something, right? Where hey, Professor Black Ops, how you doing? Where I was, good. I'm glad, Professor Black Ops, because I got a lot of it. But like I went for a very long time where I didn't say like anything. I just, I had thoughts and ideas and all that, but I didn't say anything because I was like, you know, nobody, wants to hear what I'm talking about, or if I said something, they're not going to hear me anyway, so I may as well just, just let it go, just do what I've been told to do, just go ahead and, do all that stuff. But in 2013 or 14, and I have a whole book called Firing God that talks about this. I had a certain experience where I saw, you know what, Cheryl, you can do that. Like you can be quiet, you can like not say anything, you can, go with the crowd, you could do whatever, okay, but you don't have to. And that was the part I didn't know. I had no idea that I didn't have to follow the rules that were given to me. I thought I had to do it. It was like, it's not even that I had to do it. It's like there was no, like I didn't have a choice. you know, it was like a law of physics or something. What goes up must come down. This is the rule, you have to follow it. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no, I had no idea that choosing was an option, okay, or saying no. I actually don't want to follow that rule, or I don't want to do that. Okay, I want to do something else. That wasn't, I didn't even know that that was possible. So now that I've discovered it is, okay, it is possible. I've had a total, I mean, my personality has changed. Like if you guys would have known me before 2013, like I would be talking about different things. I would be, it wouldn't be so, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I'd be talking more about like, my kids and being a mother and looking for a man and, not being able to find a good man and, the stuff girls talk about. You okay? It'd been a whole bunch of that. Okay. But yeah, so my personality and the things that interest me and ways I want to impact, and that's another thing too. Impact the world was never a thought. Like that thought just never formed in my head, okay, that I could impact anything, okay, never thought, never even came across as something that's possible, right? Uh, but now I know that I can, so I am. All right, I know I can, so I am. And I do, like I do get very passionate about things, especially things where I feel like, now I don't subscribe to the idea that people have to develop empathy. We already have it. You know, I see that every person already has empathy. They are very empathic, like everybody, even people that we say are what do you call them, people who they say that don't have empathy, psychopaths or so. Yeah, they got it. The issue though is a lot of us don't know what to do with it. Okay, we don't know what to do with feeling others' feelings. We don't know what to do with understanding and knowing what others are actually, experiencing. Okay, we don't know what to do with that. Many of us, because some of us don't even think we have it, but we do. Like we're very, very, empathic, and just being able to recognize that we are, and then trying to figure out, okay, so how can I use this knowledge, okay, that I have, knowing that you feel the way you feel, or you are the way you are. So, it's not that I'm ignoring uh, feelings. However, what we tend to do, and I'm speaking as a Black woman, okay, I can't talk about other people that do stuff. I'm talking about as a Black woman, and who has grown up and been raised by other Black women, okay? We tend to suppress a lot of stuff, like a lot of things in favor of somebody else's feelings. You know, we do that a lot. Like I've grown up learning how to do that, how to prioritize others' feelings and emotions above my own, not recognizing that I am just as important as the people I love. Okay. And that I wasn't getting that. Like I really wasn't, that felt selfish, you know, for me to value myself just as much as I value the people that I love, you know. It felt really selfish. Um, but so it's like you so what I don't do over here is just like run off at the mouth. Okay. I don't appreciate that in others. And I refuse to come on this camera, just running off and not having anything to, to support or anything that I'm saying, And moving into this field was very exciting for me, because I was in a place to, and I told y'all about this like many moons ago, where I was in a profession where everything was great. My supervisor was the best ever. My job was amazing. My salary was fantastic. I'd been in government for a very long time. So my retirement looked really great. My team loved me and I loved them back. Okay. There was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong. But I was miserable going to work. I mean, just absolutely. I couldn't stand to wake up in the morning because I knew I had to go, you know, and because I had gotten to a place where, I couldn't grow anymore. There was no place for me to go, and I'm never going to be satisfied with just getting paid, okay, a salary. Saying, I'm miserable. I hate my job. But I'm making a lot of money here. So no, forget all that. I will sleep in my car before I do something like that. And I am not joking. Okay, I am not joking. I resigned not knowing what the hell I was going to do. I mean, it's not like I made a plan and had meetings and interviews and this lined up and that lined up and all that. No, wasn't none of that going on. And it's on my Epiphany channel, actually. I have the video on there the night before I turned in my resignation, the morning that I turned in my resignation, and like 2 weeks or something after that. Okay. Because I've been looking for videos about, people who just quit their jobs, and everything I saw was like, don't quit before you have something else, and do A, B, C, and D before you do. I was like, I'm done. Like right now, this very second, I'm finished. Okay. I don't have A, I don't have A-1, nothing. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very frightening. It was very frightening. But I was willing to face the literal unknown. I had no idea. Okay. I was more willing to do that than to spend one more moment feeling miserable. Okay. When I didn't have to. Hey, Stan, leave a job on principle. It does. Stan, so many people told me, like, girl, what the hell are you doing? Like, you got kids and bills, and you're gonna need insurance. All they gave me 1,000 reasons why quitting my job was the most ridiculous decision I could have made. The most ridiculous, especially with no plan in place. Okay, and they were right about every single point. I do have kids. Okay, they eat a lot. I got 2 boys. I had insurance. I mean, everything. There were no lies told. Not one lie. Okay, but I couldn't stay. I couldn't stay. Oh my goodness, I just could not. So the night before, when I decided, and you know how it is when you're contemplating something, okay, and you make a decision, and when you really, that's why I say a decision is different than a choice. A decision and a choice are two different things, because when you make the decision, it's like done. It's like you've already done it. Like you have that feeling like, okay, this is like ain't no going back. You've already done it. So the next day was just a matter of me carrying out the decision that I'd already made by turning in my resignation, and and all that stuff, because it was already done the night before. Okay. So that was really scary. So I've done a lot of things uh to get to where I am right now. And I'm a thinker. That's what I do. That's why I said, Sissa was, I love taking that exam, because the analysis that's required to do that kind of work, I love that stuff. Like that's my jam. Like it really is. That's my jam. And I'm a thinker, and my superpower is insight. Like I see stuff that's obvious. All right. It's plain as day to me. Plain as day to me, which is frustrating, because then I'm like you can't, like y'all don't see I don't see what the hell I'm looking at. Like it's right here, Yeah, which can be a little frustrating at times, but and I also understand too that what I'm saying on this channel is totally not necessary. Like I don't need to say anything. Like I really don't. I don't need to. Right? Nobody needs to hear Cheryl talk about anything. I get that, but that fact, right, really energizes me to use the voice that I have. It really does. Okay. And it may come across a certain way, depending on who you are and what your filter, is. Because I have to realize that too, the same way, you can talk to your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, or whoever your significant other is, and say something that seems mundane, you know, uh, and they look at you like you just cussed them out. you know, Something like, are you like, is that what you're planning on wearing to the restaurant or whatever? And that's a 6-hour fight right there. Okay. And now you're like, what happened? I'm just asking because we have filters, right? Everything we take in through a filter. Your filter is different. It's unique. Nobody else has it. Nobody else has the one you got. Okay. So, when you take in information, you hear things and you take it a certain way and something, is heavy on you. Is that what you're wearing? Is that what you're wearing? That's 5 words. Okay. 5 words can have like no impact at all. Somebody would say, yeah, I'm aware of this because it's cold outside, or it's too hot in that restaurant, so I'm just gonna put this on. And like, okay, let's go. You tell somebody else, your vases, spoons, pots getting thrown. I mean, all kind of stuff is going on. So I get that. I know that depending on who's listening and who's out there, they're gonna hear a certain thing. You know how when you're in church and the preacher's preaching and y'all like, oh my God, like he got somebody following me or something, like he talking to me. That man don't know what the hell you've been up to. Okay, that's just you. Okay, that's just you. And knowing what's going on behind the screen. Okay. Knowing what's going on back there. So I'm trying to put these, y'all, I've been for weeks. You wouldn't think I knew anything about IT at all, okay? Because it's taken me weeks to try to find out how in the world do I get these gifts on here. Because what I want to do, I got some of them. Let me see what they look like. Oh, that's what I need to do too. I want to play. So tomorrow, y'all know I moved the hacker rights thing till tomorrow. And I moved it to tomorrow because I made I bought tickets to see DL Hughley tonight at 7 o'clock for me and my boyfriend to go, but he could not go. So I didn't go see DL Hughley tonight. And I love DL. I really do. I love him a lot. Let me see. I want to play something I want to play 2 videos for y'all tomorrow, but I got to be sure that the Bluetooth is working and, make sure I know how to do all that before I set it up. So let me see if I could try it here. Y'all let me know if you can hear this. Let's see. I was in Davin's InfoSec Unplugged thing tonight. That was really nice that he had those people on. How do I save these somewhere? Because I feel like it's going to be hard for me to find. Let me see. Library. I should have saved one to my library. Oh, look, right here, history. Right here. Because of Black Ops, I was looking at one of your Security Plus videos tonight. The one where you're talking about rule-based and stuff. Okay, let me see. Can y'all hear this? Probably not. Let me see. Bluetooth on. How do I connect to this one here? Bluetooth. Okay, go. Bluetooth devices. Show Bluetooth? Because I think I connected it to this computer already. Now discoverable. Do I have to do that again? Pair device. Why do I have to do it again? Okay, here it is. All right, I think I got it. Okay, so let me play this. Let me know if you can hear this video.
Need to listen to this, or at the other end of the scale, which I have seen happen, they'll become so terrified that they won't want to go on the
loud
internet.
Enough, like
they won't want to open any of their emails. They won't want to click on any links. So one way or another, they're engaging with the emotional response, not the true danger. So usually they'll engage with avoidance, reactance, doubt. One way or another, they will convince themselves emotionally that what we're saying doesn't apply to them. So what we really need to do with our fear-based messaging,
can you hear anything? Like, let me know. Can you hear this lady talking?
If not, I need to speaking to, and we really need to empower them. We really need them to feel that they can engage with the responses we're recommending. And I'm going to encourage a few ways that we can do that in my next few slides.
Hold on, let me see.
One of those ways is to think about all of the messages that we share with people. It becomes really difficult for an end user to engage in our recommendations if they're, a really long list. If we're telling people 10, 20, 100 things that they need to do, that is so overwhelming. There's no way they're going to engage with what we recommend. So we really need to think about how we can reduce the noise and focus on the signal for people. If you have 3, 4, 5 maximum key messages that you can focus on with your end users or your kids or a media message, what are your top priorities? And the best way of doing this is really to think about your risk assessment.
I can't tell. I didn't know if it would sound different when I'm playing it here or not. And there's nothing like here to let me know it's coming through, which is weird. Okay, you can hear it. Okay, that's good. All right. So that's actually one of the people that I'm going to play tomorrow. So I'm going to play Jessica Barker. She's a consultant from the UK, and she does a lot of good speeches about humans and technology, about how we treat people and all that. And she has a really, really good thing that I'm going to share tomorrow that has to do with victimization. It has to do with that. So let's see if I was able to put up some things. Because some stuff I'm just going to have to, like, well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what it seems like. I just got to be sure I got the right GIF. So let me see. Here's one. I don't want it to show up like that, though. I don't know why it's showing up like that. Why is that right there? Let's see how that works. Let's see if, all right, let me find the video. I think I gotta go back. I already did that. hell? I feel like something's crawling on my leg. All right, here we go. Audio. That's not what I want to do. Get back to video. So you guys, I use Canva to do a lot. Canva has so much stuff on it. It's crazy. I can't believe that I'm only paying what I'm paying for this thing. I mean, you can do everything in Canva, like everything, everything, which is awesome because I was having a hard time. So the little 6-minute thing that I made the other day, I did that in Canva because it was an audio. Where did this go? Because it was audio, and you can't put audio on YouTube, right? So I was like, how the hell am I'm going to get this on there? So I went in Canva, and they have a thing where you can if you just add the pictures in it, into the audio, it'll make it a video for you. I'm having to do the same thing with these GIFs because StreamYard does not, at least for as far as I can tell, it won't take GIFs. So I have to make it into MP4 videos. So that's what I'm doing. But I don't like how it shows on the whole screen. I have to figure out how to do that. Let me see this one. I'll just Google it. Google anything, right? Find it. So so I don't know if what do y'all think? Do I I don't know. Should I give like a disclaimer or something? I mean, but it's not a disclaimer. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about, I'm talking about for tomorrow. Because what I was going to do, I told you last time I was on here, what I was going to do is a video on what did I say I was going to do? A video on black crime, right, in cyberspace. Like, is that it's supposed to be happening here in the analog world, which is not. But is it, is it still going on in cyberspace? And so if you see the thing that I put on saying that the thing is going to be tomorrow, I have in the description multiple links, okay, to various things, because I'm gonna need whoever's gonna attend this thing, I'm gonna need you to be locked and loaded, okay? So you have some information, to follow along with, because I need people to have their own opinions about stuff, so reading the information, and let me say it like this: informed opinions about stuff, okay? Not just coming off the top of your head. Oh, I feel it's 60 degrees outside today, so this is the way I feel about this thing, because I think it's going to be a pretty serious talk, okay? And okay, what does this look like? Okay. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do that right there. Oh, shoot, I didn't do that. But the point of it is, right, and I know that it's been a year, so I discovered that it was November last year was the first time that I came on here and I talked about the hacker rights issue. So it's been almost a year, right? And I said in that video, and I posted it. So I see that YouTube is now allowing us to share videos on our community tabs, and we can even do polls and stuff on the community tab. which is awesome. Like that's great. That's really, really good. I'm happy about that. So I see that, so that's where I have it. I have it up there. What time is that? I think 9, maybe. Let's do that. I have it up there, but I really do really, if you're going to attend tomorrow, want you to take a look at those things because it's very important. And I actually plan on, this is going to be connected to the application that I was talking about the application for everybody, like all kinds of whoever wants to download it, okay, to get it and take an assessment of their own cybersecurity posture, either as an individual, a small business, like whatever, okay, so that we can have more people become aware of what they have, aware of what they're able to do, what they have authority to do, because I think a lot of people, well, I don't know if that's true, but some people would want to know where they had authority to actually make decisions, okay, and we all do when it comes to cyberspace. And I saw, so privacy came up. Keep It Techie was talking about privacy. I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. And somebody else was talking about privacy. I forget who it was, but what Keep It Techie was saying was very interesting. Just really talking about how Android, like, because I have an Android phone, right? And how they're just collecting stuff. I don't even know. They don't even ask. They just taking it. Okay, they just taking it. And my baby. So that's one of the things too that I talked about for privacy when we were talking about that in some other video, is that this information is being collected just from us, okay, but from our children, okay, our kids. My son has a track phone, okay, Android, and they have their own laptops and all that, but from earlier and earlier and earlier, these people are just gathering valuable information. Oh, that's where I was talking about it. I was redoing that video that I did for Bix Winter Conference, the one where I went over the mental models, right? And in that video, there was a quote by this lady, I forget her name, but she was talking about how when we ask for privacy, like when we insist that our PII be protected, okay, what we're missing there, what she says is like protected. She's like, forget about that. Like, what do you mean PII protected? I need to own it, okay? She said, asking for privacy is like begging for scraps, when you deserve you deserve the table. Forget about the meal. The whole table is yours, okay? But we around the table, asking for scraps, asking for our data to be protected, missing the whole point of what, Keep It Techie was saying tonight or yesterday, that these people are just taking it. And there is economic value. I know y'all don't remember that table that I showed, but there's economic value and a whole bunch of people getting paid except us. Okay, for our data, for our data. So I think that privacy issue, that whole stuff, the privacy, and it's like there's this video, I told y'all about this video on it's a TED talk. And it was the perfect representation of what's going on with this privacy stuff. And not just privacy, like other things. This screen is so bright. And it's really, really big too. Hold on. It's not. Here it is. Let me show you this. This dude right here. Ooh, I need to watch that video right there. It's gonna be interesting. So it's called The Art of Misdirection. The guy's name is Apollo Robbins. Okay. Go look it up. It's a TED Talk, The Art of Misdirection. He used to be a pickpocket, like a professional pickpocket. And now I don't know if he's still picking pockets. He could be for all I don't know. But he's also doing TED Talks and stuff like that about what a pickpocket is and how he does, and how I remember they had this show on TV where these guys did magic tricks. The guy had a mask on. He did magic tricks, but then they showed you how it worked. Like after the magic trick, he showed you exactly what he did to make it look like the lady was floating in the air or whatever, you know? So this guy right here in this TED Talk, he's talking about how easy it is to misdirect our attention, people's attention to something else, while other things are just going on over here. I believe there's a lot of misdirection going on when it comes to our privacy and our data. Okay. And so we get all hot and bothered by malware or privacy laws, and they get us all over here, while behind the curtain, okay, all that other stuff that's going on, like we're not asking questions about that. But we're over here fighting for crumbs, fighting for privacy, while they're doing a whole, I mean, forget about privacy, your whole, all that going on back here, okay? But we're not saying nothing about it because we're too occupied, okay, by what our attention is being directed to. All right. And it's not a conspiracy theory, like it's actually what's happening. And it happens like it's very easy. We are very easily misdirected. Okay. Our attention, that's our currency. Our currency is our attention. That's one of the big ones. Okay. Our currency is also time, but attention. Okay. What you doing with that time? Where is your attention going in that time? They do a really good job, okay, of guiding it over here, and the media and marketing and all that stuff. They do a really good job of that. So we just have to be careful with going with the crowd and doing what everybody else is doing, not asking any questions, and not caring to. That's all I'm saying. Go with the crowd you want to. That's on you. But we don't have to. And a lot of times, when it's the way it is, you kind of feel like something, well, what's going on here? What's going on here? And y'all know your kids have done that to you, right? Like try to direct your attention away from something. And as soon as they do that, something going on, right? Like what are you trying to, why you want me to go in the other room? Look, we get real suspicious, don't we? Why I gotta do that? Huh? What are you doing in here? That's what we need to be doing with Congress. Why y'all posting all this stuff about malware and what's going on? What y'all doing back there? What that paper say? Let me see. We need to get more nosy, okay? A lot more nosy. This. Oh, okay. Professor Black Ops, are you still in here? I have a question. So I've been looking at ports, protocols, and services. Okay. Because we got that whole, that office in RMF, right? So I'm investigating because I'm trying to figure out like what's actually happening with ports, protocols, and services. Okay. I mean, it's more than a number. Okay, which is something that I was curious about when I took the Security Plus. Like I read what a port was, but I still didn't get it. I'm like, okay, I see the physical one, like I see that, but the logical ports, I'm like, what the hell is that? You know, like where is it? Can I see? Can I put my finger on one? Like, you know, what it smell like? You know, something, something. So here lately, I've been trying to, you know, figure that out. So what I got so far, what I got so far is that let me see if I can put this together. So the protocol, like we know what the protocol is, right? Is, you know, the like the language, I guess. Like HTTPS has a certain language that it speaks, or you know, steps that it takes, or whatever. Okay, rules. Okay, same with all the other ports. Okay, now I got the protocol. So what seems to be going on, from what I understand, right, is that the ports, like when you do an netcat, right? It's a netcat. When you do that, the ports are like, so, and this is so weird that we personify these things so much, right? Like the ports have software that's like listening, okay? That's listening to hear, you know, when you do the thing, how it says established listening and all that, right? So it's listening for something, all right? And behind it, you have the application, or the software, right? So that if the port hears, let's say HTTP, like it hears something, you know, okay, and it passes that on to the application, like, hey, something's coming here for you. Okay, type thing. I'm trying to make it as you know, simple as I can. I actually want, if I could draw really well, which I can't, I would actually make it like cartoons or something, okay, to make it easier to understand. But when I did my netcat and I saw the what is it? The foreign address. No, the local address is first, right? So you got the socket with the IP and the port number, okay, under local address, and then you have the same thing under the foreign address. So I was like, why is my number one? Why is my laptop under foreign address? You know, so that was like, what is that about? And then I was like, who the hell this other thing belong to? I know the top one was the loop back. I got that. I got that. And I saw, you know, my own thing over there, but I did not get why I was on the foreign address side, and I guess it was a server or something, you know, was on the other side. So I need to figure that out. Why, and I can't just Google this stuff, because the way I ask questions, Google is like, girl, what you talking about? Like that's the response I get. Girl, what you talking about? That's a response I get. Like, what kind of question is that? So I need like a networking person or something, you know, to actually ask these questions of. Because Google ain't trying to have it. Okay. Like, girl, you gotta go to Bing with all that or something, because we don't do that over here. All right, so I'm gonna finish. I asked if somebody can help me with something, but I guess he's not available. I guess he's not available. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish putting my gifts on here and try to figure out how this is. Thank y'all for hanging out. I appreciate it. I really, really do. And I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing as I'm doing it. And that's you know, people could click off if they want to, if they feel offended or whatever. But I'm gonna be here. Thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay, when we talk about hacker rights and what that's all about. Good night, y'all.